Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the Thursday, the 19th. So, look, I have to say I'm in a bit of a spot here because I don't like to force wave counts, and when I'm not sure, I like to say that I'm unsure, and then we need to look for different sort of tactics. Now, from wave 4 here to wave 5 here, I was looking up just, as normal. I'd be looking at wave 1 and 2 here and 3 here and looking for wave 4. But wave 4's dropped down really quite low here, and it's kind of, looking at overlapping wave 1 roughly here. So, yeah, I mean, then we only end up with 3 waves up here. So yeah, a bit of a spot, and this is just a reflection of what's happening with our banks in a way, with CBA and ANZ, which we'll go in there and compare them because I think that's sort of interesting. We can also see on the daily chart the stochastics has really dropped down through here, kind of, I mean, they can flatline when they take, say when you've got a high here or a high here, so to speak, or a high here and the market comes up and takes out the highs, well, then it just flat lines across the top. That's what it does, and you need to go to the next degree high. So it could flatline across the bottom as well, but I just thought that was a little bit interesting. So when we have a look at CBA, for instance, it's also just got those 3 waves up there. I can get 5 waves out of that, but I've really got to kind of go in there and force it. But the thing is that, I could put wave 4 over here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down there, and then going up for wave 5 up there. But I feel like I would be sort of stretching it a little bit. You know what I mean? So, I think that it looks like we're getting a bit of a top in for other markets, the dollar index, the 10-year yields, the US banks are like this as well. If you have a look at the US video this morning, I look at Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, and they've got 3 waves up with another wave to go up here as well. But this is really pulled down really too far here. So, but as I've been mentioning over the last couple of weeks, markets don't top the way that you would like them to top. There's always some sort of thing, and then you go, oh, well, Pete, wave 4's just in here. Didn't you see that? And all that sort of stuff. So, so this is what we're going through at the moment. So this wave 3 is what we're looking for in the NASDAQ 100, the S&P 500. The rally up here is also looking good for as a top for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like I said, the US dollar index, the 10-year yields, there seems to be a bit of a top forming, but I don't have any evidence of that just yet. So the evidence that we would need would be a 5-wave move down through here for this. But even then, this move as a 5-wave move down through here, that would be the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave down for the wave. So even then it would be a little bit, I need to wait. But let's just say for a moment, we get past this and we sort this out. This is really what we're looking for over here. So we'd be looking for, the A wave here can be in 5 waves or it can be in 3 waves. That's one of the things that we need to understand, because if it's in 5 waves here, then we get 5 here, 3 here, and 5 here, back to the wave 4, 1 lesser degree, or the 38.2% retracement level roughly. If we get 3 waves here, then we still get 3 waves in B, but we may turn into a triangle or a double flat or one of the other 11, 12 different types of corrections that we get. So wave 4s can be a little bit tricky, but yeah, if we do get 5 waves coming down into this space here, then we'll get 3 here and we'll get 5 there at minimum. We could end up getting 5 into this space here like that, but we'll see. But otherwise, we'll get the B wave over here and then the C wave through here. But point being is that if that top is in play, then we'll be pulling back to 80. And it could be quite time consuming coming through here as well. So that's what we're up against now. The party's over and we need to clean up, so to speak. Yeah, we just need to look for 5 waves in this move here. I won't go into the intraday just yet because it's just going to vibrate at the 100 for a moment. ANZ is the same as well. So it's sort of across the board here. and with ANZ would probably, would need to look at the same. But the point here is that we don't really have that. We've only got 3 waves up here. It hasn't overlapped wave 1 yet here. So, it's possible that we can go up to here. So all I'm saying is I'm just not quite sure yet how this is going to play out. We don't have a new top here either for that. That was the other thing here. So, yeah, a bit sure about ANZ and CBA. So I'm just going to have to say I have to stand aside until I can sort of figure out what's what with all of this. Coming back to this market here, so now you can see that, well, CBA has overlapped wave 1 here, but ANZ hasn't. And yesterday we were working the same thing. Do we get 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 here? So let's just go in. I don't have any answers, really. That's the truth of the matter at this point. But there's a few things that I would like to sort of talk about as such. So once again, yesterday, our normal count is this wave 1 here and 2 here, and then going up for wave 3 here and 4 here, and then going up for wave 5 here, and then we have our top at that point there. That's, but it's sort of, it's just not looking good at this point, and the thing is do we bring this in, over here for this and just need to call that top as the top there, that's what I don't know just yet. So what we did yesterday, we started counting down here, didn't we, to try and figure out, because we need to go into the details here for this. So we did that on the 10-tick chart. So I think that we should just go back and visit that, what we did there, to try to figure out what we've got here. And this way we pulled apart all the, all the structure as such. Let me just open this up here. So we went through this. There's 5 waves in this little move here as wave 1, because the answer's in the details, really. So I'm just, this is for the hardcore folks. So 1 and 2 here, and then another 5 little waves in here that we pulled apart. So we got, 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Well, in here, I won't go into all that, but we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then we're going all the way down to 3 here and to 4 over here, but I'll get to that. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for little 1 and 2, and nice strong third of the third there with a very clear 5-wave structure in it. Then wave 4 here, and look at this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here for wave 5 of 3. So yesterday we were looking for wave 4 to rally to the 38.2% retracement level. So it went above that a little bit. So, but that's we can suck that up. That's alrighty. And then we're looking for, well, this 5-wave structure down here further. So if I can just, I can borrow that, and I can borrow that, and I can copy this one. So this is kind of where we are at the, actually, I better go in and have a little closer look at that. It's not quite right. Okay, so we're in this leg now here. So first of all, before I try to figure this out, what we need to see is normally a low below this low here for that, and we're getting that bounce off that. I'm just assuming, let me just figure this out for a second, 1 and 2 here, and then that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now that's just, looks like it's just wave 1 here. So I'm just going to pull that out. I'm going to pop that there and get that out of the way, put that there, and I've just got to label this now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. It's a bit dodgy, but it fits. And then this would be, well, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to here, and then 4 to here. So I'm okay with that, even though I did that quick and haven't added everything up. So 1 and 2 here, and this would also be coming down for wave 5. I don't know if that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in there for that, but we're still short. I'll just leave these here for the time being. We can pop that. I'm going to copy that. Want to move that, pop that there. And I mean, this could also just be, whoops-a-daisy, I'll leave that. So we're somewhere down here in the 3rd wave. We're not quite there yet. And there'll be a 4th and a 5th wave to come down. So we'll borrow this one over here. So I'm thinking that we're going to get 5 waves down. You know, that's what I'm thinking of here. I don't have all the answers for this here just yet. I just need to ponder that, but I don't want to take up your time. And also, too, it doesn't kind of matter in a way too much at this point. Now, could we count that as 5 waves up there, and this is an A and a B and a C wave here? Yeah, we could do that, and then we'd be left with 3 waves here. So that would be wave C at this point down here. Okay, and then we could go up for wave 1 and ABC back for wave 2 here. We haven't breached that, so that's okay. But let's just say that we get some sort of rally here and we do get a move down here. Let's just say that, okay? Then that would give us 5 waves down from the top. So if we got 5 waves down from the top, then we could look for an ABC rally coming back up, either to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree or to the 50-60% retracement level, you know, which would be a little bit higher at that point, somewhere in this space. And then we would head down lower at that point. So in terms of a trade setup, then this is what we would need. We would need this 5 wave structure down here, and then we would need to have 3 waves here. And then we can start looking at, you know, drawing a line through there and going short, or counting this up here as 5 waves, or looking at 5 waves down here. So it just depends when I make the video and everything, but otherwise we can short from that low there once that's in play there as well. So we need to get a bit of strategy here. So I'm thinking, let's allow Thursday to unfold. We don't really need to do anything. And then we need to look for Friday and Monday being the bearish days. And we need to be on the short side. So we need to look for the short trade setups. It's that I mean, as simple as that sounds, it's a little bit sort of complex. But I just think we should let Thursday play out. And let's look at Friday and see where the US markets are as well. And yeah, so that's that. If we go back to say the 4-hour chart here. So first of all, this could be wave 4 in here for this. So what we're looking for from this top here is we need to look down at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to come down, and then we need to see some sort of corrective move back up into 50-60% retracement level. So this would be our short trade setup. So we would have because we get 5 waves here, then after correction we'll get another 5 over here for that. So this is where we really need to start sort of focusing in to look to go short. You know, like I said, we can draw a line across the bottom here, last resort. We can draw a line up here to get a better situation. If this is wave 1 here, then if we do have a top in play, because it's kind of all about the banks really, you know, and I'll just go left field here, and I'll just go to, because you probably haven't watched the US videos, if I go to US stocks here, and we'll go to, doesn't really matter, Goldman's or, see, they're in the same situation really. So just on the intraday, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. If I just, that's on a 15-minute chart. If I just go to the daily, so you've got your bearings on all of this. So we're looking for the same thing really. So we've got wave 1 here and wave 2 here. And we're going up for that wave 3. So let me just open that up a little bit. I'm getting a bit better with this. So we've got this wave 4 happening, and then we've got wave 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 here. So we want to see one more move up here for US banks. So, and that's the same with the Bank of America as well, the same thing, but it's really it's way off the top here for that. It hasn't gotten up there yet. You know, it may just be that we've got a B wave over here for that. We go down for a C wave over here. So there's a few things that can occur just here. And even so here, I'm thinking of 1 and 2 here, and I have to check on that, but say 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 just for wave 1, back for wave 2. I doubt it. But this is quite clear in 3 waves here. So we should be making a top there. So all I'm saying, the US banks have got space to go up. So the Australian banks could also look to go up there as well in that regard. Yeah. So yeah, just coming back to this. So the bottom line is that I don't know what's going on. So we need to get a grip on the intraday details. And as mentioned yesterday, we're looking for those 5 waves down here. So let's confirm those 5 waves. We don't have to do anything at this point. Once we've got those 5 waves, then we'll look for this move here. I mean, as a wave 2, it should be 5 waves, 3 waves, and 5 waves. So a 5, 3, 5 zigzag structure for wave 2 at that point. But I don't know if that's the case. You know, when I look at the US banks and so on here, there's other ways we could count this as well. This wave 1 here, I had another look at this. This wave 1 could actually go over here as well for that. So, and we could also put wave 1 down here, but there's a bit of a long shot, you know, looking at this as 1 and 2 and a 3, 4 across here and then up for 5 here. Pulled it apart. Look, I can make it fit to get 5 waves here, but like I said, I'm forcing it and I'm not that happy with that. And the other point is that tops, like I say, don't finish, you know, a lot of the time, half the time, they don't finish the way that you would like them to finish. So anyway, that's just carrying on my issues from yesterday. And the only answer I can get is that we need to wait for those 5 waves here. Once we got those 5 waves, then we can work this 3-wave structure and we can work the next 5 down if that's going to be the case. We don't want to get trapped, you know, because if this holds up here, that can just move straight up and then we'll look for the top up here for that. Okay, that said, we'll move on to have a quick. China's still in its little wave 4 there. Like I said, next week we'll have a look at the Shenzhen and the Shanghai markets, because they'll be a better representative of China, what's happening in China, rather than the A50, because we know that all the New York's ADRs from China are being hammered, so it's not quite fair. Now, iron ore is still moving down. So this is a good representation of the Australian dollar, copper, all of those sorts of things. We're looking at, we've had our 3rd wave, looking at our 4th wave. We still need 1, 2, 3, this 3rd wave. We still need a bit more to go here as well. We still need a 4 and a 5 to come down here. And then I'll have a look at the intraday at that point. So we've still got a bit lower to come into all of this. So hopefully this number here, the 800 here, if the market drops down below here, and then can climb back up and find support here, and we'll look at that structure if it's an impulse wave with the classic trading levels pattern on the 8 here, well then we could start to move in. You can also see too the volume dropping right off here. It's like there's no sellers there. The sellers are not, there's no one selling it at that particular point. So I don't know politically, this is a Chinese market. Here, this is from China, which has got more volume in it. That's why we use it. So I don't know the political implications of what's going on there. Only stories that come out of the media as such on those. So but let's check out. I want to go to copper next. So it's good to see copper move down. So probably. It's probably 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this. This is the wave 4, 1 lesser degree here. The 9,000 here is the 38.2% retracement level. So we'll just sort of see how that finishes off at that point. So we counted this on the intraday before as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Could we count that as wave 1 here and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here? That's what I want to check on as well. But once again, once the market trades below the level here and then it starts to give us we start to see it climb up and we get a classic trading levels pattern here, if that's the case, then it makes it, we'll be bullish at that point, That's what we'll be looking for. And what will happen at this point, there'll be iron ore, there'll be the Australian dollar, there'll be BHP, there'll be Rio, there'll be FMG, all of that stuff. We'll see banks start to move down into their wave 4, where these markets have already been in their wave 4s, and they'll go up and make new tops. So This is a better rotation than what you're hearing in the media, I'd imagine. So let's keep an eye on that. But once again, it's okay to say this and work this, but we still need to get everything else to fall into place. You know, the trade setup and the levels for support and the internal wave structures and so on. So we need everything to gel into place so we can make use of it. So we're still a long way from it, but when you look at the size of the correction here, then, we're in the later stages of it. And I'm quite happy with it because, this move down through here, is corrective, this first move here, and same within the Australian dollar. And the whole reverse of this, when we look at, let's go to the, US dollar, I've got it in here somewhere. Up here, and this is the daily chart here. So in a way, the US dollar index here has been doing the same thing. So this first move up here in the US dollar index has done the mirror opposite, really, and we're looking for a little top here as well. So we're going to see the US dollar index come down. Hopefully, we need to confirm it, and then we'll see, the commodities move up from that point. So it's sort of that whole shift and reversal that we're looking at there, But while we're here, this is the 10-year yields as well. So we've got wave. I'm going to put the 10 next week. I'm going to change a few things. I'm going to put the US stocks that I do in the US video. I'll put them separate, maybe add a couple, and the indices. I'll just keep the indices together, but I'll put the dollar and the yield in there, and sort of that kind of stuff. But anyway, wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C. So we've seen the yields already drop here as wave 1, going back into wave 2 now, and ready to drop into wave 3, 4, and 5. So that will come down and bang on the whatever that is, 1% there. There's copper. Let's just have a look at the dollar, because it's in the same thing here. So same thing here. Same base. This is a 4-hour chart, so it looks a bit different, but the same thing. This move here is in 3 waves. So it's doing the exact opposite of the US dollar index, of course, and in line with copper and iron ore and so on and so on. And once again, we're tracking this 5-wave structure down through here. We're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here. We can bring that wave 2 a little bit closer in there. And I haven't really looked at this 3rd wave yet, but we could probably look at it as wave 1 to here and 2 to here and a 3 and 4 and 5. So it's not quite finished yet, and the wave 4 is not finished in the wave 5. But once again, we've got to be careful, because markets don't always end the way that we'd like them to do. Sometimes we can nail them in there. If they behave themselves, we can nail it right down, really close. So, sometimes it's magic and sometimes it's a mess. That's sort of where we are with all of this. So we could compare this to BHP and Rio and FMG and those sorts of guys, how they need to finish off as well. They'll all be roughly the same there, So based on that, let's just have a quick look at, so Fortescue is coming down here. I'm just going to make a guess here without going to the intraday. So I think this is wave 1 to here, and then we've got wave 2 here, and then this would be some sort of 1, 2, 3 here, 4 and 5. So I still think there's a 4 and a 5 to go here for this market. Okay, so I think we could come down lower here as well. I mean, it's nice. I love using the levels, so that if we put that right on the 20, so if it does drop below, see how this happened here? This is a good example. So it came down, bounced off, it went through, came down, bounced, went through it, and then came back and sat there as support. So that's what we'll be looking for over here. It'll probably same but different. And we'll get that nice support there, and we'll get an impulse wave here, because we traded that, didn't we? Because we noted we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we went long here for this. So this is the kind of thing we want to be doing over here with this as well. And the indicators will flatline here because they've taken out the previous low. Anyway, just basic stuff. So that's that. BHP we've got to have a look at, because so I've just changed this count here a little bit too. So I'm putting wave 3 over here, but I do need to go back and check. But I'm thinking this is an A and a B and a C wave here because of the power of this. We're not in a triangle. So we can forget the triangle here for this. And we're looking for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that will, it's sort of caught up a lot really, hasn't it, in terms of matching the end of this here with the US dollar index, the Australian index thing, the copper, the iron ore, and so on and so on. So that's there. And that will bring in the Australian BHP as well. So, yeah, you know, I'd been struggling with this count a little bit as well. So I think that we'll just need to look at it as an expanded flat. And what we'll do is, as I mentioned before, it was a nice switch set up for the short trade here. That's going really well. So, but as 1 and 2 here and a third wave coming down, I mean, because it took the top out here, that means it should take the low out here. But what we'll do is we'll just look for 5 waves down for this, okay, so wherever they come to in line with the other markets, and then we can start to look at buying off the low wherever that comes in at that point. So yeah, banks will be starting their wave 4 and the commodities will be finishing their wave 4s. That's my guess, my betting guess, and that's what we're going to, I could have it right, but we'll work it in all the right ways from these lows. Gold really hasn't done much. Here, you know, this is just the tick chart. We've been counting it up here for this. I think it's looking a little bit sort of corrective here for this. So I think that I think in the bigger picture we need to look at it because it's possible wave D here. But I think it's probably more so that we've got wave A up here, and we'll need the wave B, and we'll go up for the wave C. So I hope you watched that video that I put into the thing yesterday. I think it was quite interesting, wasn't it, with Alistair chatting away about the Basel III laws coming out after the GFC in 2008. Then they got those laws in 2015, and they're being implemented right now, sort of finally, I guess. Yeah, I won't go into all of this here. I'll do that in the gold video. But anyway, nothing really happening there. And Newcrest just bouncing off the at the bottom here. As I mentioned before, we'll get some, like a ball bouncing here. Then it'll drop through to go a little bit lower here. This is not finished. It had made a low below here, but we don't really, hard to squeeze 5 waves out of that. So a little bit lower to go in all of that. So what else have I got here that I've missed? Crude. Yeah, so we're still in this sort of, well, I mean, now that it's dropped a bit, anyway, I'll keep working on that. That B wave could be up here as well for that. So, you know, because it's in 3 waves and it's all of that. So we may just get a simple A, B, and C. It's definitely corrective. This is definitely a bullish corrective pattern, because we've got 3 waves in the first leg here, like we've got in copper and the Australian dollar and all of that. So this is the wave 4, 1 lesser degree. So in one way, we're still looking to come down here further for this. So I'm going to remove that one, and I'll do a little bit of work on it. But yeah, we could just come straight down to this here. The top part is the 38.2 and the bottom part is the wave 4, 1 lesser degree. So we need to just worst case scenario there. And I'll just remove that because I don't know. I've got to figure this out a bit more. But that certainly can be an A wave and a B wave and a C wave for the B wave here. But we'd need 5 waves in there. So if we can find 5 waves in there, then we can still move up at that point. But otherwise, we'll look at this as the A, the B, and the C wave down here, and this is possibly we could get some sort of 1 and 2 and a third wave in here, and a fourth wave and a fifth wave coming down here somewhere. But anyway, I'll do some more work on that. But like I said, it's not ready yet, so I'm not going to waste time on the intraday for that. And I don't, I've traded crude before on the intraday basis, and I have to say, even though I'm a reasonable sort of average trader, I find it very difficult to trade. So if you're a new person, and the same with FX as well, you're much better off trading them at end of day and being part of the trend. It's much easier. There's more money in the trend. So it means you need to trade much less position sizing, even one contract, whatever the contract size is in your product that you're using, and then just build on that, keeping your risk, well under 1%, and build on that, because, it's very volatile and choppy on an intraday basis. Okay, I think that I can leave it at that. Yeah. Alrighty, you've got the message anyway. That's the main thing. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.